Hello and welcome back to another episode of Ace Academy. This one's going to be a little short because there was no plans tonight, but then what wound up happening was a girl I have a crush on invited me to come play board games, and I was like, even if I didn't have a crush on you, that would be required. I love board games. And so, I played my first game ever of that one train board game where you play as railroad barons, and I won. My first game ever. Go me. And so this episode, instead of being in a block, is going to be just on its own. Sorry, but it's 1 a.m. and I'm tired. Oops. Let's just get right into it. Hey, Show.
Broseph, I'm so glad you picked up. I need your help.
Are you okay?
No, I'm in dire need of assistance.
What's going on?
Do you have any experience buying a gift for a lady friend?
We all know your lady friend is Mayu. There's no answer for just a second, then Show speaks.
It still feels kind of surreal.
I get it.
So, does that mean you'll help?
I can't leave my bro hanging. Show sighs in relief.
You are the best Broseph a bro could have. Come meet me at the mall.
I'll be right there. I hang up the phone and head to my bike. Then I drive directly to the mall. After I park, I see Show waiting for me at the main entrance. He greets me with his usual goofy grin, but his hair is disheveled and there's worry in his eyes.
Thanks for meeting me. I don't even know where to start.
Suggest jewelry, suggest stuffed animals, suggest chocolate, suggest books. Because I took empathetic, we get this lined up in green. I've never picked any of the other ones. Stuffed animals is my default for getting gifts for people in general, or plushies of some kind. But we'll suggest books.
Yeah. How did you...
Mayu loves reading, right?
Yeah. How did you know?
I always see her reading when she's waiting for our team meetings to start.
Oh yeah, I guess she does do that. I think she'd like that.
You should get her a new book. Maybe something that's just come out. That way you know she hasn't read it yet. My mouse seems to have a problem of double-clicking.
I think she'd like that.
Show nods.
Good thinking, Broseph. Let's go.
He leads the way to the store. What is this gift for anyway?
It's our 1 month anniversary.
You can't have a 1 month anniversary.
Why not?
Because anniversary means every year.
Alright, then it's a month-iversary.
I guess that's technically better. Anyways, congrats on your 1 month.
Thanks. I'm actually kind of surprised by how it happened.
How did it happen?
It came out of the blue. Mayu and I were hanging out as usual the Monday after our match with Onobugeisha, and I could tell something was on her mind. When I asked her what was wrong, she blurted out a question about feelings. It was so unlike her that I was too shocked to speak.
Aww.
Mayu didn't even hesitate, and she started talking about how she's liked me since we were kids, and she wanted to know if I felt the same way or if I was into someone else.
Show laughs.
I guess she saw me walking home with Hitomi and thought we were dating. Silly, right?
Yeah, no. I don't know if we got the thing where we saw Show and Hitomi in this run, but no, Hitomi wanted to fuck him. Show looks sheepish.
I started laughing as soon as she said that, and I know I embarrassed her, but I couldn't help it. I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. As if I could ever like anyone else.
I blink. Really?
Well, yeah. Why do you sound so surprised?
It was obvious how Mayu felt about you, but you never seemed to notice. Show's cheeks flush.
I noticed. Of course I noticed.
Then why?
She's so smart and pretty and awesome. She's way out of my league.
She was head over heels for you.
It's still hard for me to believe that. That's why this gift is so important.
No wonder he seems so agitated. Mayu will love whatever you get her. The fact that you're buying her a present at all will make her happy. Sho smiles worriedly.
You think?
Of course.
Still, it has to be perfect.
I nod. On that note, we better get back to searching.
Right.
I helped Sho pick out the perfect gift for his lady friend. He ended up going with my advice and buying Mayu the newest fantasy bestseller. As we exit the store, Sho has a spring in his step, but he seems both nervous and hopeful. I hope she ends up liking her present. We say our goodbyes in the parking lot. Since I didn't have class today, I've got even more free time than usual. What do I feel like doing? Kaori. I wonder what Kaori is up to. I pull out my phone and give her a call.
Hello?
Hey, Kaori.
Hi.
Are you busy?
I'm just about to head to the daycare. It's going to be an extra busy day.
I love this event. Extra busy?
Yeah. We're understaffed since one person is on vacation and another person called in sick.
Maybe I can help? Hello?
If that's what you want, then I guess you can help. But don't forget it's still work.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't start this again.
Yes. Kaori disconnects the call before I can finish. Rude? Yeah, you were being rude. Oh well, I better not be late or Kaori will be angry. I find my bike and drive to the daycare. This event also features things that I am incapable of clicking because of my anxiety. If this were like Dragon Age Origins and I was going for all the achievements, I would have to turn my monitor off and just press space over and over and over again, which is how I got through doing things like, spoilers for Dragon Age Origins, that was your warning, gonna say it now, killing Connor. I just turned off my microphone and pressed the 1 key over and over and over again. I find my bike and drive to the daycare. When I arrive, Kaori is nowhere to be found. I follow a group of adults into the building. They're either parents or staff, but either way, they'll get me to where I need to be. Considering there are no kids tagging along, I think it's safe to say that they're staff. We pass through one of the children's playrooms and continue into an office in the back. Kaori is there with another guy, discussing something I can't hear. She nods in greeting when I enter. Once everyone gets situated, the guy clears his throat.
Hello, everyone. I know we haven't had one of these staff meetings in a while, but it's going to be a bit busy today since Daiichi is on vacation and Hibiki called in sick.
I think those names might have been characters from the, Kendo Crush demo. I'm not sure, though. Go play that. It's good.
Luckily, Kaori's friend has offered to help out, so we'll only be short 1 man instead of 2.
Awkward wave. Hi, I'm J Red. Happy to help.
Glad to meet you. I'm Eito Iwasa. Since we'll have to do a little shuffling with coverage, here are everyone's roles for today.
Aito checks his clipboard and goes down a list of names. Kaori watches silently as Aito takes charge. Once he's finished, he looks at me.
Since you're from ACE, we'll have you tutoring the older kids.
I nod.
Kaori and I will attend to the toddlers and younger kids.
Wait, Kaori won't be in tutoring with me? Don't say anything. It's no big deal. It isn't. My anxiety will not let me choose this option. A twinge of jealousy makes my mouth taste stale, but I swallow it back down. It makes sense that the more seasoned staff or volunteers would take care of the younger kids. I'd be concerned if they stuck some random guy with no childcare experience in there instead. Although my brain sees reason, my heart still sees red. With everyone's roles assigned, the group slowly disperses. One of the staff members offers to take me to the tutoring room. I thank them and follow her into a room filled with children between 4th and 6th grade. These are the older kids? Seeing a new face, the kids kept interrupting me to ask questions about myself. They were especially curious because I didn't look very Japanese. They asked me where I was from, what it was like back home, what it was like to be a pilot. I tried hard to keep their focus on their homework, but it was a lot tougher than I expected. Finally, I gave up and answered their questions. Once their questions were out of the way, they were able to focus on their homework. Although they tried hard, most of the children had difficulty at grasping the material. I could tell they were frustrated, so I tried to think of different ways of explaining the same things, which helped immensely. I understand why Kaori is so adamant to be there for these kids, even when she's exhausted. After a while, it looks like everyone is on track. Knowing that Aito and Kaori are alone together still makes me uneasy. I'll go see how Kaori is doing. It doesn't take me long to find the younger kids. All I had to do was follow the sounds of shrieks and laughter. I gently push open the door and see Kaori surrounded by children. Both of her arms are full of kids, and one even hangs off of her back. The rest hug her legs. Although Kaori weakly protests, the huge smile on her face gives away her true feelings. Look at them. Look at them. I've never seen her this happy before. A chorus of "Miss Kaori" circles her as the children compete for her attention. Suddenly, the child on Kaori's back slips. With a sharp yelp, she grabs a strap on Kaori's clothing.
Careful!
The strap falls off her shoulder as she bends down so the child can land softly on a table.
I got it.
Ido gently places the strap back onto Kaori's shoulder. I wait in secret glee for the impending doom Ido has inflicted upon himself by touching her, but to my surprise, Kaori doesn't react. As Ido tries to take one of the kids out of Kaori's hands, the child looks at Ido for a second, then burrows her face in Kaori's shoulder. Kaori laughs.
I don't think she wants to leave anytime soon.
Ido laughs too.
I can't really blame her.
If it were anyone else, Kaori would have slapped them for touching her so intimately. Don't do anything. I guess maybe because I'm Polly, I don't have the same reaction as people, but it was no big deal. As much as it bothers me to see Ido interact with Kaori like that, I have to remain calm. This isn't the type of environment where causing a scene would be appropriate, and now that I've had a chance to breathe and assess the situation, what happened isn't actually a big deal. Also, my anxiety would never let me choose the other options. Besides, Kaori is a one-man girl. I needn't be so insecure. I take another deep breath. After getting myself in order, I head back to the tutoring room. Another hour passes by in a blur, and before long, the parents trickle in to collect their children. The kids whine that they want to stay longer with Miss Kaori, but their parents urge them home. After all the kids have gone, the staff wave goodbye to each other and pack up to go home too. Before I go, I want to catch up with Kaori. Kaori finds me first.
Hey, you. Sorry. We didn't have much of a chance to hang out today.
Yeah, but it wasn't about that. It's okay.
I did see you come into the toddler's room earlier, but you left before I could say hi.
You had your hands full. Kaori smiles.
I heard the kids talking about you to their parents. They really liked you.
Maybe I should come back again sometime. She takes a step closer to me and her face turns red. She goes on her tiptoes and pecks me on the cheek. I blink, surprised by her bold display of public affection.
That's your reward.
I should offer to help out more often if that's going to be my reward. Kaori's blush deepens.
I'm almost ready to go. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Sure. I wait for Kaori as she packs up her things. I can't remember why I was feeling insecure in the first place. I have nothing to worry about. I couldn't have asked for a better day. After I gather all of my things, I drive home. And that's going to be where we leave off this episode. It could have been longer. Oh, no, it's not. This is not going to be where we leave off this episode. There's a little bit more. My stomach growls loudly as I park my bike in the garage. Nikki, please be home for once. I wonder what we're going to have for dinner. Should make yourself some sushi. As I enter the kitchen, I see a dainty strawberry cake sitting on the kitchen table. Cake? For dinner? I peer closely at the layered cake and use my finger to taste whipped cream. It melts on my tongue in a cloud of sweetness. Fresh whipped cream. That's the only kind of whipped cream I'll eat. Mom spoiled us. She never bought whipped cream because she'd always make it herself. Wait a minute. Mom's birthday! Nikki? Did Nikki bake this cake for Mom's birthday? I searched the house, but I see no sign of her. There's no text from her on my phone either. Clearly she came home after school, which means there's only one place she can be. I grab my keys and hop back on my bike to find Nikki. We lived next to a park back home, and Nikki would often escape to there when she was upset. Just as I expected, I find Nikki swinging forlornly in the park. Her head is bent as she gazes down at something in her hands. I take a seat beside her. She glances at me, but doesn't speak. Instead, she cups the open locket in her hands, the one that usually hangs around her neck. Inside is a picture of Mom and Dad. You okay?
don't know.
Mom would have loved the cake you made her. Nikki snaps the locket shut and holds it to her chest.
I had to do something, you know? Today is Mom's birthday and I couldn't not celebrate it.
I know.
So I thought I'd make her a cake like we used to, but then...
Her voice trembles and she takes a minute to compose herself.
Then that cake, it was like it was taunting me. A reminder that Mom will never get a chance to eat it. It's not fair.
Nikki's knuckles turn white as she clutches at the locket. Her hands begin to shake.
I barely got any time with her before she was taken away, and I just want her back.
Nikki.
I know I'm being crazy, but I just keep thinking it's my fault.
Tears trickle down her cheeks and leave wet stains on her shirt. Instinctively, I pull her into a hug, and she leans against me. This wasn't your fault, Nikki.
It is.
You had no control over this. She pulls away and falls silent. When she finally speaks, her voice is thick.
I missed the bus that day.
What?
The reason I left the cafe is because I missed the bus and needed a ride home. I keep thinking, what if I had just gotten on that bus as soon as class ended? I wasn't even doing anything important. I was just hanging out and lost track of time. I remember being so annoyed when they didn't show up. I was so angry I had to walk home, and all I could think about was how much
Her voice falters.
I hated them.
You didn't mean that. You were angry.
What kind of daughter thinks like that? When I remember, I just feel so disgusted with myself.
Be that as it may, what happened wasn't your fault, Nikki. You didn't tell that driver to hit them. You can't keep blaming yourself.
Then why do I feel like I'm being punished?
Because this sucks. Because it's so easy to think about all the years that have been stolen from you and to lament that loss. But you can't keep thinking like that. Focus on all the good times you had with them. The last thing Mom and Dad would want is for you to be sad because of them. They want you to be happy.
I know. Just miss them so much.
I know. I miss them too. But on the bright side, at least you've still got me. Nikki sighs.
I thought you were trying to make me feel better, not worse.
Hey! She lets out a weak laugh. Her tears have stopped, and some color is returning to her face. Remember Mom's cake from last year? It was completely inedible.
You mean the second cake? The one you baked for Mom because you forgot her birthday?
Oh yeah. Whoops. Nikki laughs.
Mom tried so hard to eat it, but eventually she just gave up.
Not my finest moment, but at least it wasn't as bad as the one Dad baked the year before.
You mean when he almost burned our entire house down?
Nikki laughs so hard she snorts, which only makes her laugh harder. Her laughter is infectious, and I can't help but join in. I think I got a lot more of Dad in me than you do.
Yeah, but it's not all bad. You got a lot of his good qualities, too. Like how you're always there for me when I need you.
It's a hard job, but somebody has to do it. Nikki bumps me playfully with her swing.
Rude!
No, you know what's rude? Leaving a perfectly delicious cake untouched in the kitchen.
That's true. It was made for eating.
So let's go eat it. Grinning from ear to ear, Nikki nods and stands up. Together, we head to my bike and I drive us back home. As soon as I park, the two of us hop off my bike and eagerly rush into the kitchen, then freeze. There is only 1/3 of the cake remaining, and a trail of crumbs starts from the kitchen table and ends at Uncle Kaido's face. I can only stare in stunned silence at the scene.
Uncle Kaido?
He pauses. A full fork of moist yellow cake is halfway to his mouth.
Did you eat all of the cake?
Uncle Kaido looks from his fork to Nikki, then back at the fork.
I want my lawyer.
And that is the best, most perfectly delivered line in the whole game. Nikki and I burst out laughing as Uncle Kaido shoves the fork in his mouth. Nikki and I split the rest of the cake, while Kaido looks on longingly. Nikki is all smiles for the rest of the night as Uncle Kaido asks us about our day. I check into bed early as I know I'll have a busy day of frolicking in the hot springs tomorrow. Soon I'm dreaming about Kaori steaming up the hot water. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. As always, have a good day, and boop!